Global tensions are once again pushing oil prices upward, and for Jamaicans, that means higher prices for everything oil adjacent. Now, this morning, we're breaking down what this latest wave of volatility could mean for both consumers and retailers. Joining us is the president of the Jamaica Gasolene Retailers Association, Philip Chong. Welcome and good morning to you.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for inviting.
I want to pick up with a question that Neville had asked during the break. Where do we get our oil from?
Basically from Texas, the Gulf, and we spot buy.
Spot buy means what?
The way the structure of supplies are is that you have ships with oil moving from one point to the next, and they bid on it, they purchase it. So you have three main suppliers in Jamaica, or three main importers in Jamaica. And they're Petrojam, the government. There are two independent, Rubis and West Indies Petroleum. There are a few other smaller ones, but those are the main ones.
Having said that, there's a war in the Middle East. Why is that affecting us? Because obviously it is, because almost every week now the gas price is going like that. So why is it affecting us? Speculation,
supply and demand. And as you know, oil is the main source of energy for the entire world. Right? So anytime you have a disruption, then comes the speculation of what will happen. Will the supply be disrupted? Once the supply is disrupted, then you'd see the escalation of prices.
Yeah. Mr. Chong, we were talking about this even before today, that every time you hear about gas, I'm not talking about gas, people not in cars now. So you get it from Petrojam, and the different service stations top it up to obviously make a little change quietly. And I said to you, why you can't take a lick? No, because of what's going on in the world. So every single Thursday or every Wednesday, generally will say, well, tomorrow gas price is going up or it's going down. So I said to you, why you can't take a lick? And during this time, she used the word volatility, why you can't just take a lick and don't put an add-on on the gas so it will ease us?
All right. We have passed on the price, but we are taking a lick.
You are taking a lick?
Yes. Because we operate, the dynamics of how the retail is structured, the retail system is structured, is that we operate on a fixed margin, right? So when you have the increases, like the recent increase from March till now is about 20%, right? If we were operating on percentages, we would actually increase our margins by 20%, and you'll see an exponential further increase apart from the 450.
So it would be a 40%.
It would have been, yes, it would have increased like what you see in the States,
right?
So once it moves like that, so we are actually incurring a loss, but absorbing some of that impact by virtue of how we operate.
How long will you be able to do this for?
Not for too long. Because everything on the expense side, because it's oil driven, right? It keeps eating into the dealer's margin. So for us to be able to replenish our stock and to maintain our viability, we have to look at how we operate. In as much, what the structure of the government system has done is to reduce the impact of the increase. Yes? So by the barrel, the increase is about, it has moved to almost 100% since the war, the conflict. I prefer to call it a conflict, right? And the government has only, because of this cap, has only been able to pass on 20% onto the consumer. So I think we need to give thanks for that.
Question. So every service station, every gas station, they have a right to put it up where they want to put it up, or all Ruby stations are the same, all Texaco stations. So I'm not certain, I'm asking you to tell me what markup you put, but if you buy the gas from Petrojam for $10. Every service station put it up to 12, or some put it to 12, some put it to 14, some put it to 11, or is that up to them?
A lot of the service stations have to look at their own economics, right? And they operate within a margin. Most of the margins are close, they're similar, but they vary. You can't say like it is $10 for every gas station. And then what you must recall is that there are marketing companies in between, what we call the middleman. So the marketing companies purchase, and then they add on their margins to the retailer, and then the retailer add on their margins to the consumer. So the marketing companies are at will to add on anything but what the customer and who the customer sees is us, the end users. Mm-hmm. Right?
So you said that you guys have been pretty much absorbing a lot of the cost. You said that it can't be done for much longer. There is no end in sight to this conflict. What can we expect in the next, say, month?
Well, I can only speculate, right? And what we're seeing is that the cost of crude is dropping. You know, it has moved from, say, $110, and it is down at somewhere around 93. Average 100, because you have Brent crude and West Texas crude, right? So, on average, I see it falling, but I believe that the government will still have to recover what they have lost. So we will still see maybe a steady increase, but, and again, a speculation, because I really don't know, right? But having been in the business and following the trend, we can expect this modest increase until it settles down.
What's the average cost for a litre, I guess, now?
90 is around $2.35 Jamaican dollars per litre.
And is what, about 3.5 litres per gallon or something? So?
US gallon, 3.8.
3.8.
One of the criticisms coming from some of the customers is that now it's a great time for your dealers, right? But when the prices go down,
it's not.
Well, no, meaning that the high price, the cost of fuel is going up. But when it is time, or when things have settled, it usually takes some places longer to reduce the gas prices. What is your response to that? The rate at which it is reduced when things have settled?
No, I believe the retailers move their prices in alliance with what Petrojam, the changes that happens in the country. Both the marketing company, and I would say both the marketing company and the retailers, as stated before, operate on a fixed margin. So where the fluctuation is, it's adjusted. Sometimes the fuel might go down 20 cents. It goes up $4, but it comes down 20 cents. That's not our doing, right? But it's passed on because a highly competitive arena that we sit in. Very competitive.
So you are suggesting for the next little while, gas prices will keep going up?
Yes.
Whether we like it or not?
Whether we like it or not.
But what can consumers do, or what can motorists do to, conserve and to, yeah?
Well, plan their trips. Don't say you're going uptown and then have to come back downtown to pick up something to go back up. Plan your trips. Be prudent. Make sure your cars are tuned properly, your tires are inflated properly. That will assist in conserving.
What are tire have to do with gas?
The drag.
What does that mean?
All right, so the resistance. So what you call a soft tire will offer more resistance on the road. So you'd have to be pressing your gas pedal that much more. You might not recognize it, but by the end of the week, apart from having tire wear and the cost of replacing the tire too soon, it's consuming a little bit more gas.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well,
Good to
come
see
to the expert.
Good to see you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Take some more licks and ease you up.
Yes.
He's the president of the Jamaica Gasolene Retailers Association, Mr. Philip Chong.
And coming up, we hear about the students looking to make 6 figures through the Youth Entrepreneurship Program. Please stay with us.